What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Now, I know we talked about how terrible these green walls are around me, but I got Carl protecting me now. Since he's so busy not racing anymore, I figured he could be my bodyguard here in the basement at my house. So today is a bittersweet day. It is my last full day with the 1794 TRD Tundra. So, I'm going to go over the top 5 likes that turned into the top 10 likes. So stay tuned. So I'll tell you one thing right off the bat. My plan was to film this video inside the cab of the 1794 Tundra, but because the weather is so crappy outside, we're doing it in the basement. Right, Carl? Alright, cool. Obviously we could still sit in the cab even though it's raining, but the wind is so heavy right now and the rain, it's just, you wouldn't even be able to hear me. You would hear the rain hitting the windshield, and then I would get complaints about the sound, so here we are in the basement. So, my plan was, I always like to do the top 5 dislikes before likes, but the reason you're getting the likes first today is because I planned on doing it in the 1794 on its last night. So I wanted to take the truck out with a bang. So you're getting the top 5 likes today, but it's really the top 10 because I couldn't narrow it down. So you see how this is going to end up going. All right. So let's start the list. So I'm going to bang through this list real quick, and on each thing I'll stop and give a little explanation of why. Okay. So number 1 for me is the seats, and I mean that in the way of the material. It's the high-end Lexus grade leather, which is fantastic. They're heated and cooled. Quick note. I've never used heated seats before this truck. I had heated seats in a Jeep Wrangler, but I never used them. Wife used them a few times, but they're really cool. But the cooled seats, that is amazing to me. That is just one of the coolest things ever of all time in a vehicle. Where have I been all my life in high-end stuff? I haven't had a lot of high-end cars apparently. So that's number 1, seats. Love the seats. Okay? Number 2 is blind spot monitoring and mirror indicators. Okay, it is so cool to look over in the mirror to change lanes and see a little light on to let you know that there's somebody there. I love that. And the mirror indicators are just great for traffic on the side of you. Okay, it's a big truck, it's long, so any extra thing like that helps. But yeah, blind spot monitoring is great, and no matter what, I'm totally getting that next time. Moving on to number 3. You guys knew this would be in here somewhere. Sunroof. Sunroof is everything I thought it would be and more. Even with the sunroof today, raining, pouring, terrible weather outside. Even with today, I had the sunroof, the visor back. Sunroof was closed, but the visor was back, letting in light. I love it so much. I'm going to be needing a sunroof on my next truck. Write that down. All right, so moving on to number 4, which kind of feeds into number 3 3 and 4 work together. 4 is the power sliding rear window. That thing is sick. That thing is exactly what every CrewMax owner ever told me it was going to be. I love it. I love the fact that they put the defrost option on it. That with the sunroof open is just ultimate airflow, especially with all 4 of the regular windows open. It's almost like having no top. Totally cool. All right, number 5 is interior quality and sound control. Okay, and what I mean by that is like just inside the cab, and I don't know if this is real or not, but I feel like inside the cab you get more sound deadening features. Maybe it's the high-end material, I don't know. But the TRD dual exhaust, you can hear it, but you can't hear it like you could hear it in the Pro. It's louder in the Pro, okay? And that is just awesome to me. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. Like, personally, I like the Pro. I like to hear the noise of the engine. I like to hear the noise of the exhaust and stuff. But the fact that I've had this for a few days and I feel like I've matured while having this truck the last 5 days, I just like to be able to control the sound in the cab. You know, just me and the radio. And that leads right into number 6, the JBL sound system. I love it. I'm getting it. I got nothing bad to say about it. At first, I went in with a negative approach on it because I've heard so many bad things, but for me, it works. It's got the subwoofer. I did a couple of my test songs on it. I have certain songs I use to test sound systems for the bass, and the treble and stuff. And I will tell you, one of them is Ronnie James Dio, Heaven and Hell. It's perfect. It's got the slow rock in the beginning, but it's got that mean, bass. It's got the great guitar, and then at the end it's like speed metal. So you get the best of everything in there, and the sound system held up great. JBL sound system is a 100% buy in my opinion. I say go for it. I'm sure there's better sound systems, but for me, that did everything it needed to do. That subwoofer is amazing. Number 7 is dual climate control and the digital readout in the center stack. Love both of them, fantastic. Just being able to hit the button, see exactly the temperature I want and all that stuff, just absolutely the coolest thing ever. Number 8 is the Crew Max cab. Overall, this is the first time I've ever driven a Crew Max. It's unbelievable. The back seat is huge. There isn't a lot of storage compartments in the back. And yes, you can get a kit to put a storage compartment under the seats. But when you pull those seats up, you could pretty much fit my Scion FRS in the back seat. There's so much room. So I really have nothing bad to say about it. Like I said, if you really wanted to put the storage bins underneath the seat, you could. What do you think? You like the Crew Max too? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I know we're double cab, but we'll get there. Okay, number 9. This is one that's probably going to grab a couple comments. Bed size, okay? The bed size is a win. I think it looks great with the cab, okay? And if you needed more space, some people need a lot of bed space, okay? This is perfect for, your weekend warrior. Worst case scenario, you put a roof rack on top, or you roll down that power sliding rear window and you put stuff through the window. I mean, there's a lot of options. I don't have a problem with the bed space, the bed size. The one thing I do suggest is to get yourself a spray-in bed liner for sure, okay? I mean, even just the regular bed liner if you have to, a plastic one, but don't let it be bare metal. This is bare metal. It's, I've avoided it like the plague. I don't want to touch it. But yeah, so I like the bed size on it. I think it looks good, looks proportionate. I feel like any longer it would just be a pain, but that's just me. Everybody has their own opinion on that. I'm sure I'll hear all about it. Number 10, LED daytime running lights. It's just the strips underneath the headlights. Looks great. That's really all it's for. It looks great, okay? It adds to the headlight a little bit, but man, the look of it when it's just those on, totally awesome. So that was supposed to be a top 5. It turned into a top 10. I'm sure I could squeeze out another 5 more on this. Nothing but good vibes with the 1794. Tomorrow we will do the top 5 dislikes though, because you gotta have stuff you dislike. If you come into something, do whatever you gotta do with it and come out and say, oh, I like everything, I dislike nothing. You weren't trying hard enough, okay? The dislikes are what make the likes better. So tomorrow we will be doing dislikes. Until then, comment below the video. Let me know what you thought of this top 5 that turned into the top 10. Or you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34. Have a great night. Carl, say goodnight. Get back on the racetrack.